Alright, today I'm making a case for my resin and silicone stirring system that I'm building. It's like a little mixer that I can throw a puck in and it'll mix the resin for me, so I don't have to sit there and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the video. So first I'm making a plane, and that's going to be the outline of the front of this circuit board holder. And the circuit board will stick through this right here. Sorry, the on-off switch would stick through this. There'll be a potentiometer I'm using for controlling the speed. You see now, you see the square I've made, rectangle I've made for the on-off switch. And I'm still new at this, so I'm learning the best practices. I'm measuring one that I currently have and trying to get the dimensions in the right spot so I don't have to reprint it. So as I can see here, I'm trying to get the potentiometer hole in the right spot. I'm going to drop it to the top, and then I'm going to bring it back down. 2.4 or 24 millimeters is what I was measuring. Stick it there. And again, I'm new, so I have little issues here and there. Now I'm basing the on-off switch location off of the hole that I put for the potentiometer. Now I gave it a solidify modifier to give it a little depth, and doing the same thing to the circle. And then I realized that the circle wouldn't work because it didn't have a volume, I guess, to apply. So I wound up adding a cylinder, stretching it to the right size, which I had a little problem figuring this out for some reason. I feel like a dummy. But once I finally get it stretched out and the volume's there, now I start making the dimensions right. I give the main plane the solidify modifier 3 millimeters. That's how thick I want the door to be in the front. Now I'm making the holes through the main plate. So there's that one. Move that one. Add scale, or apply scale, I mean. Alright. Now I'm just looking around because something happened and I can't figure out my viewport. And now I'm just getting reacclimated to it. Just give me a second, I'll be back. Alright, here we go. Now we're adding a new plane. A new cube. I'm going to go ahead and get the depth and the width and the height. This is just going to be the outer wall, or the side walls. Once we get one built, we build two, duplicate it, push it over. Now we got that, so now I'm going to add some cubes so I can add some screws. I'm going to add heat inserts, 3 millimeter screws on the front into the plate. Into the sidewalls. So I'll add them, get them all located, measure them out, stretch them a little bit so I can give me some more thickness. Same thing on the other side. Alright, now I'm adding on So now I'm adding the actual screw inserts. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out of both. Add onto all four corners. Duplicate the cylinders. Delete from the side walls and also delete from the front. Now we delete. Delete both sides. Now we're left with the shell. Okay. Now we're going to work on the back. So on the back I want to inset the door. So I'm going to add some cubes. I'm going to push them in a little bit. So I made them 6 mil, and I'm going to push them forward 3 mil. That way they can act as a support for the back plate. I'm going to duplicate them, duplicate again, add to the other side. Now I'm going to incorporate them into the models on each side. Select and union. Now I'm going to create a cube for my back plate. Go ahead and stretch it. I messed up the measurements for a second, but then I finally got it. So put it all together. Redid the stretching. Now the back plate. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the screw holes into the back plate and into the support material where I can put the heat inserts. Again, duplicate the cylinders, move them down, and this time I went ahead and duplicated both at one time, and then I moved around duplicate cylinders to each corner. The same thing as last time. You go ahead and take your duplicates and delete them from the front, delete them from the side walls, and now you've got holes that are matching, and that's it. So there's my outer case. I'm going to work on the top and bottom plates later. I'm not sure what I want to do yet because I need the motor to stick through the top for the plate, and I need to make a cover for it. So now I'm going to apply all the scales, all the transforms. I'm going to make a manifold, and then I'm going to mess it up for a second, and I'm going to fix it. Here we go. Now I'm naming everything. Set it in matte cap so I can tell. Start exporting everything. Go into Ultimaker. My Octoprint. Make sure I'm set up and ready. Adding everything, spacing out my Cura model, separating everything to its location. Alright, go ahead and slice it. Alright, 8 hours, I changed the density. 4 hours, that's better. Export it. Import it into my Octoprint. Look at it through there. And it's starting. Alright, now I'll be back in just a minute, hopefully with a finished product. And I'm going to bring the time lapse in. I'm also going to bring in a build video.